Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, to the Akim Akwat, trying to fall corners of the earth, holding on in sincerity and in truth and diligence of mind, to the gospel of Lord Amashak Yahweh Shai in these days and times, as Brother Menashe DC Camp. Short lesson for the hopeful elect. So, you already know that America, also known as Babylon in the Holy Scriptures, also known as Egypt, also known as Sodom and Gomorrah in the Scriptures, is experiencing a so-called awakening of all these folks that have been observing the bogged out policies and legislation that Esau has been pushing with his so-called government institution, namely the Democrats and Republicans. So I just came across this video feed of this Benjamite. Yeah, his channel is the Black Conservative. This was something I just saw on my feed, so I decided to listen to it. And then it shows the Judite woman talking about the pitfalls of our people stuck in the grips, stuck in the baskets, of these Democrats, man. Yeah, so it's just another messed up situation that people have to deal with, that people are stuck depending on a government that's self-destructing, all right? So I'm just going to get a quick scripture. I'm going to read this real quick. It's going to be from the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 14. All right? Yeah, so when you watch the video, it shows you that folks are catching up to the bogged out situation that the government policies and legislation has been causing our people, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. So this Judite woman is going into it. Even though she's surrounded by Edomites, she still was able to explain to them what was going on. All right, so the vibration of the government has always been about self-destruction, and to turn the people against each other, and to also be against the people. So Isaiah chapter 19 verse 14 says, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai Ba'Shem Kwakadash hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Yeah, so every time, you look at the legislation they want to pass, it's always a headache, for the people, man. It's always a what you call it, it's always a trapdoor, it's always a loophole where people could just fall and slip through the cracks, and it's done intentionally, all right? And for them to fix it, it's like a pain in the neck, that's the attitude of this so-called legislature. They're not prompt when it comes to assisting the American people. So their job is just to debate and debate and debate and get their paycheck and go home and just push some meaningless legislation that cannot uplift the people out of their so-called pits. All right, so it's just the beginning. Let me just say a extra catalyst for the downfall of Babylon, aka America. So, hey, it's just what the people are observing, man, and there is no lie to it. Even though the government cannot really save our people, but our people are catching up. That it's no use depending upon dysfunctional systems. So I'll play the clip real quick and then hear what the lady got to say.
It's always a blessing to see and listen to people who understand how dangerous the Democrat Party is. Listen to this.
The Democratic Party, they promote black women. Particularly if she's a lesbian. Yes. They promote black women who are not even qualified. We have seen with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is really racism, which is really saying, well, black people just, darn it, they're not smart enough, so we have to give them handouts. And you're pushing black women who are not qualified. Dr. Claudine Gay of Harvard. Yes. Now the head of diversity at Harvard is also accused, if I have it correctly, of plagiarism. And we'll get to Fannie Willis, who was elected as a DA in Fulton County, Georgia, primarily because she's black, in my opinion. And we've seen case after case. But the black man, where is he? That's done deliberately. And this started really in the 60s, where the Democrats pushed policy, right, that said to women, particularly black women, you don't need a man in the home. We'll give you more money if you're single. And I grew up in the 70s, and I saw the effects. I saw it in the 80s, the broken home. Now it's more dysfunctional home, where you have some women with 8 children by 5 different fathers. They don't know who their fathers are, in and out. It has almost destroyed the black community, but they're doing it in a...
Yeah, so see how Esau's paying attention. He knows what's going on, but it's just that he doesn't want it to happen to his own family. So he's trying to get active. He's trying to get as much information to take home and to get his house in order. But hey, it's not gonna happen, man. These Edomites are catching up to it. They see the results of the influx of drugs. Now they see the damage that all these prescription painkillers has caused them. OxyContin, oxycodone, all these new drug, so-called drug on the market, fentanyl. Yeah, so they see it, man. They know that it's not the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos that are benefiting the most. They know it's the drug companies that are benefiting the most from the circumstances of their demise. All right, they see the prison industrial complex, making great strides in incarceration. So they know exactly what's going on, and then throw in there the major push to ban the ownership of firearms, and then you also throw in the major push to eliminate speech, to eliminate dissent. All right, so it's just part of the journey that we all have to be aware of. And then I'll get a quick scripture real quick. It's from the book of Second. Let's see what Second Ezra's got to say, man. Because it's gonna be a chaotic time in Babylon that a lot of people would not be able to hold on, to the edge of their seats. They're just gonna be panicking and gonna be bugging out. Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 1, woe be unto thee, all right, trouble, destruction, distress, and anger, famine, and all that stuff. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. All right. So these are also places in the ancient world, but today, hey, America has that vibration, man. Of Babylon, Asia, Egypt, and Syria. Yes, all rolled into one. The land of confusion. The land of unwalled villages. The land referred to as the seeding part. So it's just a mess, it's just a mess. And it's just what to expect when everything is crumbling. Verse 2 says, "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." Yeah, so they see the demise of their children. These Edomites, they're upset that their children cannot have a regular, normal livelihood or lifestyle that they once had growing up. They're saddled with death. They're saddled with all types of mental infirmities. So Esau knows that there's something wrong, and that's the reason why we got to be extra careful, man. So you don't get caught up in the worries of this society. All right. So Revelation chapter 11 verse 8 says what? "And their dead bodies," all right. That's our people, that trust in the Lord. The elect, all right. "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, spiritually, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified." Okay. And then it's okay. So if we start from the top, just referring as the two prophets. Okay. Yeah. That's just just a quick summary. Don't want to go too deep into it. All right. And then I'll go to verse 7. "And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beasts that ascend out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them." All right. So that means that Esau, the rise of Esau out of whatever Khazarian Empire, the Renaissance period, everything just adding up, we came to a critical mass. They started crushing the Southern Kingdom. Elimination of Jake over in the royal positions over there in Europe, and then in the 15th century, they had to make their way over here to the Americas, and they had to devastate the livelihood, the lives, of the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans. So it's just part of the journey. All right. So verse 8 says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified." Here and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. So our people don't really have a resting place, a spiritual resting place, when they're ignorant of who they are, when they have no knowledge of their identity. They just become spiritually dead. They wander out of the way of understanding, so they are going to remain in the congregation of the dead. All right, and that's just what it means, as per dead bodies. Yeah. So let me not delay too much, man. It's just part of the journey that we have to understand that the awakening of our people that trust in the Lord is also simultaneous with the downfall of America. All right. So by the time our people began to wake up to who they are, when this gospel started to gain more steam, the spark, that's when these so-called policies of these Democrats began to be pushed. Okay. Yeah. So in the 60s, the spark was there for our people to wake up as to who they are. And then, started gaining momentum, as well as this agenda to uplift the woman became an agenda, became a tool of the elites, the tool of the serpent to cause chaos and instability. All right. So play this clip and read some more.
A different way now. They're promoting black women and want black men to be down here. And I think black men sense that. And they know that Trump relates to them. They relate to Trump very well. The evil
He's a
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is a foot soldier.
Oh, yeah, for the globalists.
Elite.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Globalist.
Barack Obama was a plant.
Yes.
He was. And now they want to put Michelle.
Barack Obama was a plant. He did nothing for the black community.
Nobody even knows who he is.
Did he ever come back to Chicago with as much crime to talk to young black men?
No.
He doesn't give a
No, he
damn.
doesn't. He doesn't.
Barack Obama is a curse on this nation. So is Joe Biden.
I think it's the black.
Well, she said it, so that's just the way the Most High set it up, for America to be destroyed. So, she mentioned it, that Obama and Biden are a curse upon America. So, there is no sunny days ahead for Babylon, man. It's just sheer destruction. It doesn't matter how much legislation they have to pass. America has to go down the tubes, man. Has to go down the drain. It's just going to get worse. Whether they put Trump in there or not, still the same result. Operation Warp Speed, all that, playing games with the minds of the people. That's exactly what it is, So Trump is no better. Their job is to make sure that the elites have their way. And whatever it takes, you just see all the evidence coming out as per what happened on January 6th, and the situation as per the ballots, the fraudulent tactics that were being used. But what can we do? It's none of our business, to be poking in our nose to try to fix Babylon. That's for the goats. So the Lord has to make it possible for these agents to bring about the downfall of America. That's why you have these Democrats and Republicans, man. They just don't really care about uplifting the morale of the people. So Psalms chapter 137, verse 8. You know what? I'll start from verse 7. All right. America is also referred to as Edom. Remember, O Lord, Yabashim Ashai, Bashim Kakadash, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So it's just a recollection of what the children of Edom did when the Babylonians attacked the southern kingdom. All right. And they were with it. They were praying. They were hoping. They were cheering on the downfall. The desecration of the Most High's holy places. The destruction of our people was pastime for these Edomites. So what do you think the Lord has to do? The Lord has to figure out a way so these Edomites can destroy themselves. And they will stop at any tactic they can use to destroy the people. So whenever, this woman is talking about Democrats being a curse to America, that's a fact. And these Edomites are understanding what is going on. And then verse 8 says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So it's just part of the plan of the Lord, that America has to fall apart, has to burst out at the seams, and you see the face, there is no enthusiasm, in these so-called law enforcement agencies, man. There is no enthusiasm about what direction America is going to go in, because now they have to start watching alternative media to see what's what is being said. They got to look into legislation to see exactly what's going on, and they see that it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. That there is no room for improvement in America anymore, man. Everything is just going down the drain, especially with this migrant situation at the border. Now, they're not laughing like they used to laugh at the men of the Lord anymore. They're not laughing as much as they used to at the conspiracy theorists. So it's just the beginning, when those migrants out there in New York, stomping that cup out, it's just a mess. And carjacking all these, all these people out there that have no clue about what's going on, what's about to happen. It's just a mess, carjacking. Even one of these Edomites got blasted. Was it last week or a week and a half ago? This bugged out Jake, carjacked this Edomite and put some hot lead in him. Coming to find out, Edomite was part of the Trump administration. But it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really change anything. It's just part of the curse upon Babylon. The Lord has to make a way for these chaotic events to take place. And, hey, it's just our salvation at hand, man. The downfall of Edom, the upliftment of our people, the Israelites, right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So, the facts have to come out. The truth has to come out. The obvious facts have to come out. So all the agenda Esau has been pushing has to be unwound. All right. And it's just what the Lord wants us to know, man. That's what the Lord wants us to know, understand. Let me just use that word. So Obadiah chapter 1 verse 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Yeah, so this is just what happens when people get together, when Jakes and Edomites get together to discuss about politics, and they start bringing out facts, then they start to put two and two together and realize that the people are pawns in the hands of the elite. They understand the tactics of manipulation. And the lady says, about, the upliftment of the so-called black women into positions where they have no qualifications for. And what does that lead to? An implosion, self-destruction. That's what it is. That's what happens when you put a person that's not qualified for a position. They end up making things worse. In addition to those sabotaging the system. Yeah, so incompetency and sabotaging, is just part of the culture that the elites want to be promoted, and it's just what we see. You watch the news, it's just another representation about how, the people have been misled, fill the people's heads with empty reports, keep the people's mind in a box rather than give the people a global perspective about what's really happening around the world, and bringing the facts to the people. Now they have to go find their own information, and the elites are not happy about that. That's why they keep on making it hard for folks to access proper details online as to what's going on. You know, you gotta verify to make sure that you are who you say you are before you could go online. Before you could make a posting, they have to do a verification. If you want to log into your account, verification. You gotta be over 16 years old to get online. Because the teenagers, have things to say. But it's just that, when things don't go the way, that the elites want it to go, they have to push legislation to stymie the growth of a segment of the population that are young and vibrant. They don't want them catching up anymore, so they have to push them down, keep them in the dark. Because when these teenagers in high school start to communicate, upload videos and lessons, and give their take and share their perspective, and their views start to increase from 10,000 to 25,000 to 100,000 to 200,000 on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever platform. The elites don't want that, so they have to slow them down. That's how to eliminate the voices of the people that are in that age bracket. All right. So the book of Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 7, it says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. All right. That's why there's instability in these foreign nations. Okay. Because of them going along with the policies of the American elites, all right, whether they want to discuss an agenda at the WEF, it doesn't really excite the people at the bottom to have a positive outlook. They just know that all these folks just want to control the people. And when they understand that is the goal, now they have to resist. They have to go dig for information to keep themselves informed. Even folks on the farm, folks in the jungle got cell phone. They got Facebook accounts, they got Instagram account, they got TikTok. So they got YouTube channels. So now Esau's upset that people are beginning to use the internet to keep themselves informed about what's happening around the world. All right. And then Jeremiah 51 verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Yeah, so when these people gather around at a table to try to debate about what's really wrong with America and how they can fix it, no. Unless he mentions that black men identify with Trump. Trump cannot fix America. He's tied in. He's tied in with the machinery. With the machine that has to tear America down. He's tied in with it. He's tied in with it at the hips, at the kneecaps, ankles, the waist, neck, shoulders, everything. He's got his hands in it, man. So there is no hope. There is no hope for the people, man. America just have to, sink. Just like the angel talked about the dropping of the great millstone. It's just how the Lord has designed it to be. So Jeremiah 51:9 would have healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. That's a powerful word, to forsake. In other words, abandon. Right? Abandon her and let us go, everyone into his own country. So the migrants that came here, that were able to build themselves a suitable lifestyle, livelihood, they want to go back. They're going to go back. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and it's lifted up to the sky, and it's lifted up even to the sky. So the judgment of the Lord upon America is going to be a mess. Initially, before the fiery destruction, and there's nothing much, to look forward to. In Babylon, when you observe the perspectives of these merchants, man, even Moab is tired. Moab is tired of all these, chaotic environments, man. So I'll play the clip some more, and then I'll move on to another lesson.
Yes.
We provide the money for his Marxist socialist programs, pushing abortion in Africa and other things. He didn't care about us.
No.
He didn't care. That gave rise to Trump, because Trump actually listened to us. He actually cares. Many of us, it was bad. At least Bill Clinton BS that said, I feel your pain. But at least he said it. Barack Obama didn't give a damn. He should have never been elected. Before he was elected in 2000, he got elected in 2008, my mother sent, may God rest her soul, letters to black churches warning them about Barack Obama, saying he was so ungodly. I said, Mom, that's harsh. She wrote it anyway.
That's right.
And everything my mother said, may God rest her soul, was right. He hates this country, but he wants to live off the fat of the land.
And he is.
Like the founder.
Yeah, so if these so-called presidents are in cahoots with the elites to tear down America, so what's the use, of them attacking the man of the Lord? Yes, just what they want to do, man. When they know that they have to go after the let me not say so-called, they want to go after the spiritual opposition. The men of the Lord, the prophets of the Lord, are the opposition against the elites of this world. And they have to paint us in a negative light. They have to put us on that so-called hate group list. All this domestic terrorism. So they have to create an environment where they can have the people associate us with the spreading of anti-government sentiment, anti-American sentiment, un-American sentiment. So it's just the bitter part of this ministry. You have to deal with the frustration of the elites, looking for every opportunity to come against the prophecy of the Lord. So now she goes into the BLM, Black Lives Matter, and then you know that exactly that a lot of folks fell for the trap, but the man of the Lord didn't fall for it. And now Blue Lives Matter is also caught up in the crosshairs. All right, Blue Lives Matter, BLM, they're all tools of the elites, and it's just a matter of time that the wheels of this system comes off, man.
Founders of Black Lives Matter, they don't give a damn about black people.
No.
They didn't have to spend one dime to help build a black business. But these lesbians, they bought homes in predominantly white neighborhoods.
Yes.
See, they say they hate capitalism,
Yes.
but they love to use us and live off of capitalism while they spout an anti-God, anti-America rhetoric.
So right.
Yeah, so that's just what it is, man. This lesson is bitter, but you just have to deal with the bitterness of this gospel. It's part of the bitter part of this gospel. You see the frustration in the faces of these people. All right? So they want to figure out a solution. There is no solution that they can come up with. The only solution is to let them, let them get out of the way, and the Lord, burn it down, man. So Job chapter 12, verse 25. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Okay? So as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, Yeah, man, they're gonna be groping, looking for answers, looking for solutions. Always always on the highways and byways, gathering signatures to try to get someone on the ballot and all that stuff. So it's just it's a lost cause. There's nothing exciting to uplift the morale of these people. Okay, and Slovakia, I know this lesson is taking a little bit long, but you just have to take your time. Don't have to rush. The first know the course of the river. So yeah, the folks are upset. They're angry about the course that America is going down, and there is no redo. There is no reset button for America. It's just put a red tape on it. Put the sign. Condemned building. Slated for demolishment. You know, just like you have that wrecking ball. Yeah, that's what it is, man. The demolition team have to gear up and tear this place down. So that's just part of the spirit the Lord has placed upon America. The mindset of the people have to see that there is no upward mobility for the people, man. It's just a total collapse. All right. So Lamentation chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. When our people is running from one democratic election to another, from one party to another party, it's just vanity. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So it's a horrible feeling to be lost in the system, and to think that you know what you're doing and you still end up short and bamboozled. Yeah, so America has been a snare for the ignorance of our people, and it's only the Lord that can deliver our people out of the snares of Edom, man. Our folks are looking for hope in a place where there is no hope, of stability. All right. So what do you expect, man? When the Lord allowed the dragon to get out of the bottomless pit, what do you think is going to happen? He says what? He has to deceive the whole world. And that's why a lot of our people are upset that they've been deceived by the serpent. And that's just, the summary of this lesson, man. The deception is real, and our people are beginning to wake up. And our Baratas are, the elect, wake up as swift as possible. That'll be our prayer. And, we just got to be patient, let the Lord work his work. And till then, you just got to keep on praising the Lord and be circumspect. So that's the point of this lesson, So double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Root Stone, to the Akim Aqua, try the four corners of the earth, to be circumspect. And keep your spirit tuned in. Watch out for what's going on, in the neck of that woods. Shalom.